The Sims team has been writing us with news and updates regarding the game, but unfortunately many Simmers are backing out of The Sims 4 and going back to Sims 3 or 2. The latest Sims 4 franchise has been under a lot of controversy and many people are still wondering, is it even worth it to play it? A lot of Simmers are starting to feel like there's always something going wrong when it comes down to the latest franchise and when it comes down to the new controversy, which is SimsGuru Grant, who is actually a game director over on Project Rene, actually ended up tweeting out, "End of an era, and I've decided to leave Maxis and EA." We are going to talk about that more later, but first I want to quickly talk about Project Rene. Now, for those who don't know, Lindsay Pearson actually spoke about this on one of the first Behind the Sims summits that we got over a year ago. Project Rene is an upcoming spin-off of the Sims 4 franchise, and of course, a lot of people are looking forward to it, but there's a lot of controversy. Again, we will talk later on about. Now, for those who are new, welcome to my channel. What is up? My name's the Sim Yin. My name is Yin. I play The Sims. Did you see what I did there? And for those who are joining back, thank you and welcome back again. Now, we are going to get into SimSguru's tweet where he said it was an end of an era and how he decided to leave Maxis and EA. He does continue on to say there is always another milestone to hit, a feature you want to deliver to players, and coworkers you can't imagine not working with, a recession, my kids who need to eat. I realized there was never going to be a perfect moment to part, but I knew it was time to change. So I'm taking the jump. There are so many cool things happening in the games right now. AI, new social experiences, UGC, amazing narrative, and frankly, I think there is so much we can still do with simulation. My hope is to find a new place that challenges me, allows me to dabble in some of these exciting areas, and continue to delight in making games. After all, I still really love games. The job search is on, and if you know a team that needs a producer or game director type product nerd, I'd love to hear from you. It's a tough market, and we can all use the help. Thank you for Maxis for the career and letting me do so many different things. Now, SimSGuru Grant has been on board for over 19 years, and he also topped it off with over 138 requisitions positioned for the franchise. Many are reposts. I'm extremely concerned with the future of Maxis. And of course, he did say that there are over 138 job postings, and most of these just happen to be reposts. Now, again, that does make a lot of Simmers nervous and had a lot of Simmers talking, especially over on Twitter. I'm sure people were over on Discord. I still have to figure that out, but Discord is a whole nother story for a whole nother day. Now, again, a lot of people were talking about this, and a lot of Simmers were going, what is going to be the state of Project Rene? And we're going to get into a couple of Simmers tweets, starting off with Della saying, I'm not sure where we're going with the future of the franchise, and at this moment all we can do is guess. All I know is that for Grant to jump ship after 19 years without a job, this doesn't look good, and he said spot on. Asia ended up tweeting out, they're either readjusting and cleaning, or there's someone in a higher position running it to the dirt. Let's hope it's the former. And then he goes on to respond, it's usually both, but we can only assume best intent. Now, again, a lot of people did have speculation on whether or not it was going to be Will Wright, who actually celebrated his 64th birthday. For those who don't know about this, he's actually one of the co-founders and creators of Maxis, which led us to the Sims that we have today. Now, again, this did leave a lot of Simmers in question and wondering what is going to happen when it comes down to either Project Rene or in how is this going to affect the Sims 4 in general for many more years to come, as stated by a SimGuru. Now, we do know that SimGuru Frost unfortunately did leave the Sims 4 community team, and he actually started off in the Sims Mobile, which was very interesting because I had no idea about that, but the Sims Mobile has its own set of controversies, and again, we'll get into that another day, another video, but I do have many videos surrounding that. But again, SimGuru Frost left the team without any announcement or any notice, and a lot of people were left kind of like, why didn't he say anything? And if you look closely, his last post was way back in March of 2023. So there you have that, and that was around the time that Growing Together actually came out, which had a lot of backlash due to bugs and glitches. A lot of people are suspecting that SimGuru Popcorn is going to follow lead and leave The Sims 4 because of the speculation that she hasn't tweeted anything either, since of course the backlash of Horse Ranch. She actually tweeted out and ended up saying, thank you for the enthusiasm and criticism on the trailer. Everyone has the right to their opinion, and I completely understand. Now, a lot of people did feel that she left Twitter for her mental health and that she is still with the Sims team, but again, all of that is, you know, just speculation. Now, we do know that Samantha Ryan actually stepped down recently as of executive from EA back in July of 2023, and where Rachel Rubin actually took place of Samantha and is now the new EA Entertainment. And again, for those who don't know about Rachel Rubin, she actually has been on the team for a very long time. She's just now coming back. She left and came back, and she was actually one of the people that was there when it first came of The Sims 4, at all. Like when The Sims 4 was first even released, she was one of the people that was there and said, hey, this is how it's going to go down, and made decisions. So again, a lot of people are thinking maybe we are going to go back into what Sims 4 was at the very beginning, but a lot of people just don't know what to expect. But I would love to know your comments and opinions down below. Now, with that being said, another simmer actually ended up tweeting saying, I get the sense that there's a lot of struggle and competing interest over what Project Rene is actually going to be, and I imagine a lot of pressure from EA on its direction. And of course, SimsGuru Grant actually tweeted saying this is absolutely the most probable scenario given the time of year, and many companies are finding ways to cut back on spend based on last quarter's results. EA is always about money. He was about vision. Now, this is very, very interesting because I say this all the time, but again, my thoughts and opinions are going to be way towards the end of this video, so stick around for that, because this is why I feel like corporate greed is such a big thing when it comes down to The Sims, and not only just The Sims, but EA in general. Now, another Plumbob tweeted out, leaving a company when you don't have another job lined up is usually a clear sign of burnout. Also, the subtle shade in this post where he says there's so much more we can still do with simulation. Now, a lot of people are talking and saying what is going to be going on with Project Rene, but let's pause on The Sims 5 for a second and let's go back into what's going on with The Sims 4 as of right now. Now, we do know The Sims 4 for Brent has had a lot of issues, and the Sims Direct actually tweeted out saying that there was a small patch on January 16th. Now, a lot of people were very frustrated at the fact that this still didn't fix the new, expansion pack, and where a simmer even accused the Sims team of hiding their replies, and you could vividly see the fact that it said, "So, why are the fixes for Rent just a promo screenshot when saves are being corrupted thanks to the pack?" Now, again, this is not new news for The Sims 4 to hide simmers' responses in response to backlash when it comes down to actually having simmers saying you need to fix this. They actually hid responses when it came down to the not so creative new TV show that they came out with, and people were like, we don't care about this, fix the damn pack. SimsGuru Grant has been saying a lot, and it's making a lot of people wonder what's going on. He even tweeted out saying it's either Shane from the new Sims Direct or the mod from the Discord, or is this just Dave trying to, mimic the silence? Either way, this is giving me Don't Duck with Cat vibes from Netflix. We're gonna figure this shit out. Now, a lot of people have been having issues with the new Sims 4 Rent, including myself. A lot of us have been very frustrated with the way everything is going and saying, what is going on? Why hasn't this been fixed? Now, the Sims Direct actually finally tweeted out saying, oh, we have this galore kit that we're gonna fix. And then they ended up responding to that tweet. So not an official tweet, but saying the Sims team has been actively working on the reported issues. Now, it took another simmer to say, you should have led with this one. These are the issues that are the most serious one, and I would repost this as a separate post. Now, it took a simmer to call out the Sims Direct for the Sims Direct to actually repost and state what is going on, and saying the team has been actively working on top reported issues. But again, if that's what people are doing to have the Sims 4 actually represented and actually make sense, many people are wondering what the hell is going to be going on with Project Rene, especially because of the backlash between the coexisting with other games, the growing over time, and being free to download. So microtransactions, again, we're going to have to worry about all these reports and bugs and issues that we already have to deal with in The Sims 4, and now it's going to be dragged into The Sims 5 and Project Rene. Now, seeing that a SimGuru actually just left, it made a lot of simmers worry, saying what is going to be going on. Now, personally for me, The Sims has been just not up to par with a lot of their quality when it comes down to releasing content or just responding back to simmers and acknowledging that you hear us. Again, there is a class action lawsuit that people are talking about regarding The Sims Mobile, so that is something on a completely different platform, but yet is still an issue because they're saying that The Sims Project Rene is going to be cross-pack compatibility. I mean, again, I feel like a lot of times the SimGurus end up gaslighting us with all these, different sayings like, oh, come on, like, we're just wait and see. Like they did it with Horse Ranch. They were like, we're going to show you guys a lot more. And then Horse Ranch ended up being a flop. Then they keep, trying to talk to us about the fact that, oh, this is how we go through our issues and this is how we, help fix the issues. This is our process. And it's like, dude, all we want is a game that is fixed that we can play. That's all we want. I mean, people even brought up the fact that there was quality control teams being taken out from newer packs and the Sims team in general, from city living to high school years. Like, people are just so pissed because, again, they're focused on cross-pack compatibility and quality assurance. People want a reassurance that we are going to actually get what we are paying for. And again, with high school years, the trailer looked so full full and so colorful and beautiful, and everyone was like really excited because this is like a get to work but for your teenagers, for your Sims. But then when you actually play the game, it was completely empty and it was sad. The hallways were completely disregarded of, you know, people. There was no colors on the lockers, and it was just a complete 360 from the trailer. Again, with even the map that we recently got in the new For Rent, a lot of people were very frustrated that there was only 9 lots on the map when it was an expansion pack. Now, a lot of people did call BS on this when in fact there was no 64 by 64 when this expansion pack was surrounded by apartments. Now, we do remember that when James Turner and Lindsay Pearson sat down, she did say the reason for these smaller lots was because of the engine, and they are so impressed that they use such an old school engine. Wow. And then look what the results that happened. This is what happens when you know, try to cheat your way out. And I feel like a lot of the Sim Gurus being silent, and the Sims Direct not being direct, and the Sims team overall just being a little shady. I feel like the Sims 4 franchise is falling apart. And again, I would love to know when you thought that the Sims 4 franchise was no longer valid in your personal opinion. Now, again, this is what happens personally when you, okay, I'm gonna try and say this as nice as possible, but also I do feel like as a simmer, I get frustrated and I get so irritated at the fact that this is what happens when you have corporate greed. This is what happens when people care about money over the actual quality of a game, because therefore they do not care about what simmers are talking about. They don't care about all they see is money coming through. As long as that cash flow is looking right, EA could give two shits about anything. We could be like, oh my gosh, this game is broken, this game is broken, this game is broken, this game is broken, but when it comes out to a pack, when it sells, oh wait, we're doing okay. So again, I do feel like maybe some of the sim gurus, aka like SimGuru Grant, really do feel some kind of way and really do want to say something, but feel like they can't, and that they were behind this paywall because if they said something, that could lead to jeopardy of their game, or you know, just in their job in general. And I do feel like it's like they're kind of in a damn if they do, kind of the damn if they don't situation. But I also want to, you know, I want to congratulate SimGuru Grant for all the work that he's done on The Sims 4, and also just being an advocate and speaking out on the issues and backing out when he knows that this game is not going to be it. He said Project Rene is looking a little crazy right now, and my name is going to be on the face of that. My name is the one that everybody's going to see when this game releases. Do you not understand the backlash that I'm going to get if Sim Gurus like SimGuru Ninja and SimGuru Nova and SimGuru Ash are getting backlash over kits? What do you think people are going to do to me when they find out that I'm one of the creative directors on Project Rene, which is one of the, you know, the most anticipated Sims 5 simulation games? Everybody's really excited. Everybody wants to know what it's about. Everybody wants to know what it's going to be. And it flops. Could you imagine the backlash he's going to personally get? And I feel like he had to do it because he was like, I am not going to be held liable for this bullshit. And I do not blame him. I feel like corporate greed is taking over The Sims 4, and they need to establish and address it. I feel like all the Sim Gurus need to sit down on a Behind the Sim Summit and just do a live Q&A and face Simmers. Just face us. Face what we have to say about the game. Face what we are saying what's wrong with the game and fix it. Don't, yeah, oh my god, it might be out of their control. It might be out of their control. Guys, it's their job. Their job is literally creative director. Their job is literally coming up with ideas. Their job is literally in their description of legitimately their Twitter. It's like right there. You can like literally go on their Twitter and see their job description. So when they say certain things, it's kind of, it looks like they're just throwing rocks. And I said this in my last video. It really does look like they're gaslighting us, throwing rocks in our faces and then putting their hands behind their back and going, oh my gosh, what do you mean? Come on. No, I'm not falling for it. I'm not. This is bullshit. I do feel like corporate greed is taking over The Sims 4. And this is what happens. You're going to have really good Sim Gurus who are just going to fall back and be like, I'm not doing this. Like SimGuru Grant or SimGuru Frost. The people are just like going to be starting to leave. And who knows if, you know, SimGuru Popcorn allegedly may be next saying, I don't want to deal with this backlash because, again, this company is like just destroying it. It's destroying it. And I know you guys are probably like, yeah, it's not that serious. Like, calm down. It's just a game. I get it. I get that. There's bigger issues in the world. Let's be real. But this is a Sims channel. Of course, I'm going to talk passionately about the Sims. This is a Sims 4 channel, okay? So I'm going to talk passionately about the Sims 4. And when I'm talking about the Sims 4, it's because I want it to do better. People are always like, oh, just go to another game. Just why are you stressed over this game? Just go play another game. And it's like, as much as I would love to, I love The Sims. I've been playing it since Sims 2 and busting out, to be very specific. And and Castaway. Hey, shout out to Sims Castaway and Sims Bustin' Out. But no, honestly, I've been such a simmer for so long that I know what they can bring to the table. I know what they did bring to the table. I know what they're capable of doing. And with The Sims 4, it's just not it. And I'm very disappointed as not only a simmer, I'm just disappointed as a consumer. Like, why would you not care about the quality of your, products when you're, as much as you are actually having people pay for all these expansion packs and the DLCs being over $1,000 in total just to have a good quality game with semi-quality, let me put that in quotes. I just feel like it's very frustrating, especially as just someone who wants to buy something that is, we're sold this dream. I feel like we're always sold this lie, and then when we mention it, saying like, hey, we start off nice, like, hey, it would be nice if this was fixed. Hey, what about this? Hey, have you, fixed this and so? Hey, well, this pack is doing this. But now simmers are like, why haven't you fixed this? We're done with your shit. We're done being nice. A lot of simmers are just fed up. We're OG simmers. A lot of us that are like saying what needs to be said are OG simmers. And then a lot of the new simmers that are coming on are from all these different platforms that, again, we have been self-promoting, and I do feel like in a way self-promoting The Sims, which is what we're doing with Twitter, Discord, Instagram, all these different social media platforms is what's happening with the game. But again, that could just be personal opinion. Again, I would just love to know your opinions down below in the comments and how you guys feel about The Sims 4 and how you guys feel about the way corporate greed is connected to EA. With all that being said, I thank you guys so much. We are on the road to 30K. That is amazing. I love you guys so much. We are building this community slowly but surely, and I want to say thank you so much to each and every one of you who show me some love, whether you comment on my videos, you share my videos, you like my videos, which truly does help out my channel, or you're a silent viewer, you still showed me some support in some shade, way, or form, and for that I thank you. With that all being said, I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye.